Vaush, finally being good faith with you. Really?
Tweets, you know, the spiciest stuff. The times.co.uk, you know. There's Destiny, a friend of KiwiFarms, you know. There's Destiny, a friend of KiwiFarms. Been sort of on their side through this. Taylor Lorenz has been pretty active throughout. Here's Any, because, you know, a lot of the people who, I'll say, a lot of the people who have helped Keffals are with White Nervosa, and those people with White Nervosa are right here.
Annie was one of the big people trying to vandalize my Wikipedia article. She was the one that was tweeting about it, and I think she was one of the people trying to be one of the big editors on that. Annie 43, you can see right here. She was trying to vandalize it by including the allegations from Kotaku and some other shit article that were both just quotes of what Keffals said with no evidence or anything whatsoever.
To be fair to Destiny, he said KiwiFarms was bad. He said KiwiFarms and Keffals were like equally bad, like they were made for each other. That's like...
They deserve each other. They absolutely do.
No. No. So I've said this before, right? If you like equivocate, you know, like fascist and anti...
It's not equivocate, it would be equate.
Fascists. You're actually just defending fascists. We've done this before.
The obsession with the F word, the fascist word, is so stupid. Somebody said Vaush will eventually end up with a knife in his back. I don't think so. I think he's a little smarter than that. And by smarter, what I mean is like he has no values. So I think Vaush will continually sell out harder and harder and harder to get back into the good graces of like the ultra progressive wave. I think he's pretty much compromised like all of his values, all of his integrity. And once you're willing to do that, staying in good graces is really easily. Like generally falling out of good graces will either usually happen because either one, somebody goes against something that like you value or believe in, which Vaush has no like consistent values or beliefs because everything is arbitrary and consequentialism or whatever. Or two, you get into like personal beef with somebody. And I don't even know if Vaush has any fucking friends to get into personal beef with. Did you remember Envy Person is this same person? Oh, the one that accused me of raping my wife or whatever? Or, yeah, this fucking cringe loser. Her on stream.
Just started watching. Can you fill me into what's going on?
No. Talking to Jesse about this on Thursday, but... Do you have any legitimate directed raids other than the Twitch Plays Pokemon meme? No, we don't do that in my community. It's not even because I'm a good person. It's just because it would be so stupid to do that. It would be so dumb. It would be such a bad look for me to be directing raids for my shit. Why the fuck would I ever do that? Like, I'm too big and I've been on the internet for too long to do something that fucking stupid. I think they decided Mary Sue was a generally reliable, so that allegation might go back on your Wikipedia. The irritating thing about both of these articles is that neither one of these articles reached out to me for comment, which is irritating if they're going to include an allegation about me. And two, the journalist didn't do any research for either of the articles. They just reprinted what Keffals said uncritically. That seems like it's not standard operating procedure for most. I've had lots of journalists reach out to me in the past and say, hey, we're writing a story about this. Do you have a comment? Or, hey, I've had so many different publications reach out to me for that. It seems really weird that like the side like C-tier, Kotaku, and all these shit sites or whatever just like will reprint something uncritically and they don't reach out for comment for anybody. That's really annoying. Also, I don't mind being quoted on things I've said, but the quote from those articles was that my community was working with KiwiFarms. Like, it's just not true.
Simulaxity. I want to describe one of the big processes in which people come to believe things about me that aren't true. For lack of a clever name, I'll call this the DLC, or Destiny Life Cycle, that Ian continually takes part in. 1. A false claim about me is made, or a statement about something I've said with no proof or reference. Number 2. A character explanation will be given for why I've done the thing I did not do. Number 3. This claim will echo and reverberate throughout the community. Ian's community will listen to, agree with, and repeat back his characterization of me as they discuss why I am the kind of person who would do the kind of thing that I did not actually do. Number 4. This new demonic caricature will become the reference for future attacks. Remember when Destiny said XYZ guys, where the thing that's being remembered is not actually the thing I've said or done, but the initial false claim, a copy without reference, or simulacrum, if you will.
This discussion is so interesting to follow. At some point, they're trying to cite a source that Destiny denied the allegations Keffals made, but are having trouble because they can't prove Destiny's the author of the omniliberal Twitter account. If you'd like to include allegations that Destiny is involved in the weaponization of both his audience and KiwiFarms in order to abuse a transgender streamer, they need to wait until evidence emerges. One streamer claiming this happened while not having a single reliable source corroborating the accusations themselves is not evidence. Adding claims of targeted harassment to someone's Wikipedia article as soon as they are made and before any evidence comes to light is very irresponsible and right for spreading misinformation. I hope you understand why I wish your edit to be reverted. Wikipedia editors should not attempt to compile evidence. We do not wait for evidence to emerge. Instead, we summarize reliable sources. These are the two cited sources. It's annoying because both of these sources, it's the same source! All they do is uncritically quote They just both uncritically quote fucking Keffals. I don't think I mentioned this fucking article. I don't even know why this article got quoted. Why is the PC... Oh, nice. Why is the PC Gamer source relevant for this article in regards to Keffals? There's no mention to Destiny at all. The only relevant source for these edits is the Kotaku one. The allegations mentioned in that article are on the back of speculation on what Keffals' stream was going to be about before it happened, with no reference to where these allegations are coming from, or any reporting, or any response from Destiny himself. The source doesn't seem to be very reliable.
You should
in
talk
that
to Fred
sense.
Brennan about Wikipedia misinformation.
I'm probably good. Source doesn't seem to be very reliable in that sense. No mention of who's making the allegation. It is arguably in the back of speculation of what a stream is going to be about. There are no other source mentioning the allegation at all, unless I can see otherwise. Doesn't seem impartial if one article can mention / speculate allegations, and for as long as no one else decides to write an article mentioning the allegations, those allegations can remain front and center without any challenge. If I write an article making allegations against you and there's no other source corroborating it or commenting on them, is it impartial to mention the allegations made in that case until another article is written about it? I don't think so. We don't make editorial decisions. So wild, dude. Hi, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, Steven?
Nothing much.
All right, so listen, you please forgive me. I am like extremely like tired right now. I just got home from work.
Yeah, you're good.
And I haven't been watching your stream, but I have been sort of keeping up with like trying to keep up with the Keffel stuff. So just could you please clarify this for me, because I've asked around and I haven't really been able to get to clear answers. Why such the hatred for Keffels? Because the answers I've gotten so far was like, oh, she's obsessed with ratioing. She was mean to Stardust one time.
The problem is that Keffels is like an internet bully. That's all she is. She's like a really hateful bully. But the additional issue with her is that she gets a lot of mainstream support because of her protected classes. That's why people hate Keffels. That's why I don't like Keffels. She's a genuinely bad person who is like a huge internet bully / terrorist now. But she seems to get mainstream support because of her protected classes. So it's really frustrating to deal with it.
Okay.
She also has like engaged in a ton of misinformation. She lies about a lot of stuff. She misrepresents a lot of stuff. She accused me of rape, called Chud Logic a pedophile. She lied about her swatting incident. She stole $100,000 from her fans and moved to Europe. There's like, it's thing after thing after thing. She harasses people from behind blocks on Twitter and social media, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, it goes on and on and on and on.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to try to keep up with what you just said.
Yeah, sure. If I ever do something, if I'm listing a ton of stuff and you disagree with something, you can always just stop me immediately. We can go like one at a time.
So let's start with the rape thing. Now, I saw you on No Jumper the other day. You said, Keffels accused you of rape. And then when I went and watched the video, it was like she said Destiny he's a stealth apologist, and I think he might have dealt himself. And then she sat there like awkwardly for like 9 or 10 seconds, and then somebody in her chat corrected her, and she said, "Oh shit, no, wait, I misspoke," or whatever. She walked it back. She didn't say I'm sorry. She didn't apologize. I do admit that. Yeah. And
well, she specifically said she would never apologize for something like that because I don't deserve it. She said that specifically. There's a tweet later I can find, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, he stealths people, which is legitimately a form of rape. Insane shit. Isn't that what? Wait, I don't know if he did it. Wait, backing up, I don't actually know if he did it, but he argued that it is not a form of rape. Why am I expected to apologize for anything? I don't care.
No, there you go. That's perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so boom, there you go. The strike one. Cause so I could never like square why you always said like, oh, she accused me of rape when clearly I know you saw that she walked back, but now you're saying that no, she stated later that no, I won't apologize for what I said. Actually, I'm glad I said it. Basically,
I also like, I don't mind if like that incident on its own, isolated, like isn't that big of a deal. It's kind of annoying that she would just uncritically state that in front of her chat and then wait 20 seconds and then walk it back. But on its own, I'd be like, okay, well, you know, she's a dumb fuck, whatever. But the problem is that she's engaged in this type of thing over and over and over again. And there's obviously a pattern. And she plays like, she's very much like a fascist when it comes to like facts. Like whatever narrative she needs that suits her, she'll adopt whatever set of facts she needs for it. And she'll even like blatantly admit to lying about things too. Like here's like a screenshot of like these tweets or whatever, where she's like somebody literally responded like, hey, I do need to point out something you got wrong on the stream. Destiny's offhand comments that he was friends with Noel back in his StarCraft days was a joke. Noel's online history is extremely well documented, and if that were true, it would have come up at some point. And she literally says, I know, I wanted him to respond to the accusation. It was just bait. Like, she lies about shit all the time. Like,
okay, so all right.
yeah.
So far, the accusation, and then she said that you were friends with Noel, which is dubious at best because she can't prove that. She's just going off of some offhand comment that you made on your stream about Noel, which
kind of. So the only reason why
isn't true.
The only reason why I made that comment was because Keffals, I should put together a full timeline. I just don't want to like dive so deeply into this shit because that internet mob will roll over me. I'm powerless against them.
No, I completely understand.
Yeah, at some point they'd started to make accusations that I was like secretly posting on KiwiFarms, or that they were talking about I don't remember. There was no. So I post in my thread sometimes because I like to troll them because they fucking shit on me all the time, and we go back and forth on that. And they were taking a couple of my quotes out of context from my KiwiFarms thread to make it look like I was close friends with the owner of the site. The owner of the site fucking hates me. Like he's shown up on my he banned me in the past, even though he fucking denies it. I know that he banned me in the past. He calls me a pedophile, and now he calls me a double pedophile because I'm friends with Max. That dude, he fucking hates me so much. So when I was in the thread, I just started talking about, no, me and Noel are actually like really close friends. Like we're chill. And then he shows up and he's like, I'm not friends with this pedophile fuck. But like they took just my comments and then they started to make it say, look, Destiny's actually really friends with Noel, who hates me. And then I played into the meme a little bit and was like, oh yeah, like me and him used to play StarCraft. It was like super fun. But like I only did that because they started falsely accusing me first. And then I trolled a little bit. And I think now she's just saying this because she's upset that she like fell for a troll or whatever. But like this all started because initially they were quoting things from my KiwiFarms, falsely claiming that I was friends with Noel because of some out of context posts like 6 years ago where I was like clearly fucking trolling. But yeah.
And I'm not running defense for Keffals. She's done,
you're fine.
like,
You can just say whatever. I'm not gonna like jump down your throat. You're okay.
Yeah, no, but not you. But just I don't want people to have the impressions that I'm on here to defend Keffals. I'm really just on here for clarification.
Yeah, that's
like
fine. Right.
honestly, because I don't even watch her. I watch you basically. So, but these are things I want to clear up. So she said that on the day that she got doxxed, that somebody had posted in your chat the link to her docs, but KiwiFarms.net is banned term in your chat, so they were timed out. But then she said that you actually yourself had reposted the docs, or like first you asked like a question about it, like, hey, what's going on with this, guys?
Yeah, so she's always like really sneaky with how she'll do it. So like what'll happen is like I'll reference the fact that she has a thread, or I'll ask somebody like, have you guys seen like what was posted or whatever recently? And then she'll be like, oh, he's linking to my docs. I don't even know if I've ever linked. Have I ever linked her thread in my chat?
She showed in her video the 7-hour stream she did. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but you probably, I'm sure yet. But she said that she showed on screen. Now, full disclosure, it appeared the dates were 2 different dates because I like paused and looked at it. So what looked like happened was like one day, like at the end of I guess it was the end of July, or maybe, please don't, I don't know the exact dates, but like the end of one month that it was the like very end of one month, you had mentioned.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm remembering more. Okay, sorry. I have to ask my community because people make up so much shit. Okay. Not you in particular, but sorry, I didn't mean you then. Okay,
right.
So
No,
a long time ago, Keffals was claiming that she was getting tons and tons of like targeted harassment and people trying to dox her and shit. And she was claiming it was all coming from my community. And I think a long time ago, I think I linked her KF thread and I was like, this is where it's coming from. I don't know why she's blaming my community when her KiwiFarms thread has gotten like 500 pages in a month. It's insane that she's blaming my community. And I think that was the only time that I linked it in my community. But it wasn't because I was like trying to direct people to it. It's because I was getting frustrated that she was blaming my community for being the source of her harassment when it's obvious that it was KiwiFarms that was the source of her harassment. But she was trying to like tie me like really desperately to KiwiFarms. It's like a big goal of hers. Probably to go after my site after she gets KiwiFarms shut down.
And so, but your rebuttal to that is no shot. Like my community has no crossover with KiwiFarms whatsoever.
Bro, like halfway into all of this shit going on, even today, I don't know as much today, but like there were so many people asking my chat, like they don't even know what the fuck KiwiFarms is. Like if you don't know the community, it's a pretty esoteric community online. Like it's in the grander scheme of like all internet communities, it's not really that popular. Like if you know, you know, but a lot of people outside like have no fucking idea what it is. So
yeah, that's why it's been like getting so much attention lately because so many people didn't know what it was. Like you know, people like who are deep on the internet, they've known about it for years and thought it was horrible, but you know they just sort of considered it part of the internet. But now that you know this whole Keffals thing and the mainstream media is picking it up, yeah. So I understand all that. But her rebuttal to that, I guess, would be. Because I'm just going, like I said, I'm going off what she said in her video. I'm just trying to get clarification from you because you would be the best person to get this from. So she said that somebody posted on your Reddit that was basically a post like, "Hey guys, like, you know, they're really transforming over on KiwiFarms. Jesus, if you just spend 30 seconds over there, you know, it's the craziest shit you've ever seen in your life, you know." And then you know. It might have been a link to the thread, it might not to, but I do remember that the thread, it might have been a link to KiwiFarms or it might not have been, but I remember the thread was directly pointing to the KiwiFarms thread. Now, do you remember this post or like?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I think I remember this. Yeah, that post that was made on my subreddit was just calling out how ridiculous it was that people accused our communities of having crossover because my community is like very pro-trans. I got a ton of trans people in my community.
I know.
And it was people were just saying that like KiwiFarms is a fucking insanely trans place. It's crazy to think that people think there's a huge crossover between that community and my community. That's why
I can never square what Keffals was saying with what I see.
Yeah, of course. Like, and also, here's my comments in my chat. This is exactly what I said when Keffals is saying that like I'm linking to her thread. This is why I was making those comments. So I'm just reading my logs. If she wants to blame my community, go for it, but she's actually fucking schizophrenic if she thinks even 1% is coming from us, aside from reporting shit. It's 100,000,000% obvious that the harassment is coming from there, and then I link to her thread, not to like directly to a doc but I just link to the thread, and I say, she has over 400 pages of thread on her KiwiFarms. She has zero evidence, because at this point she was accusing my community of being the one harassing her, when she obviously has a huge KF thread where all of the harassment is coming from. That's why I was like talking about it in that context. I wasn't just linking it like, oh, go here and go dox her or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, I would never do something that fucking stupid.
Well, yeah, right. But if if you know that you know she's receiving harassment from KiwiFarms and she's confusing your community with KiwiFarms, I'm just like, why would you post it? Like, why would you direct your?
She's not confused. No, hold on. She's not confused. She's deliberately lying. She's not confused. She knows what she's doing. She's a relatively sophisticated internet user. Like, she's unironically a professional victim. She knows what she's doing. None of this is on accident or by confusion.
Yeah, but you know what you're doing too, right?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing, and I'm trying to demonstrate, because a lot of my community didn't even know what KiwiFarms was, and we were being accused of like being like the lead doxers and harassers. She would constantly conflate my community with like saying like, oh yeah, we're getting harassed and people are doxing my mom and Destiny GG or DGG is like involved in blah blah. I was like, no, we're not, dude. Look at this fucking thread. She's insane.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying like you're 100% like against the thread, but you're saying, hey guys, you know, this is what this is not you guys, like, obviously look at this, you would never say this.
Yeah,
basically. And
then that's where the other post on my subreddit came from, where somebody was like going through keywords, they're like, holy shit, look at this place is fucking insane. And it was a comparison between our two communities. Okay. It wasn't just like, hey guys, go check this place out or whatever. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, I accept that explanation. It's just like I would never say you're encouraging, you know, what KiwiFarms did to her, but it's just I'm just trying to square what you're saying with what I see, and it's I don't know,
But there's
know.
no, I mean, with what you
just
say,
know-
there's no transphobia in my community. We're not transphobic.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
And if
I'm
it
saying
does show
here
up
and,
somewhere, they get
directing
like,
people to the correct-
oh, sure, I don't care. That's Keffals' fault. That's 100% on her. If she's going to make accusations in my community, I have to defend my community. And if I have to point out that there's another huge source of harassment, I'll point it out. I don't think that I don't think my members of my community are going over and like posting in the thread now. Or, I mean, maybe some people more might follow,
Really?
but no, I don't think my community doesn't participate in KF, not that much. It's just the communities are so different. And I know I'm.
You said if she thinks even 1% of the harassment is coming from your community, she's schizophrenic. I mean,
Yeah,
really?
it's not.
Like,
yeah,
like
no,
1%,
100%.
bro?
No, it's, and I understand your confusion. I'm not like, I understand why you're confused, but KiwiFarms is a super specific type of like unbelievable fucking harass website. Like the people that post on KF are fucking deranged, okay? Like they're in my thread, people are posting shit like trying to find where my kid's mom lives and shit. These people are unreal. The level of like obsession and harassment that they engage in with other creators. Now they'll come out and they'll say, show me the specific post where we call for harassment, blah, blah. Like because KF dipshits think that they can play that game with normies on the internet. And they can, but the reality is that people know that a fuck ton of harassment comes from KiwiFarms threads. You'll see the same insult that they use show up on your social media, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? My community does not function like that in any way, size, shape, or form. They just don't. And if you've dealt with my community, there's a reason why when people accuse my community of doing stuff, they always point to like 2 0-follower accounts on fucking Twitter. We have an unbelievably fucking anal policy more than any other content creator across any other platform of my size. No community is moderated harder than my community. Full stop. I have the best community on the internet when it comes to things like off-platform harassment or doxing. We have like 0 tolerance policies on any of that shit. Even people that fucking joke about it will catch a perm ban sometimes, depending on what they're joking about. So the idea that somebody would knowingly accuse my community of that, and then fucking, when they know that it's not coming from my community, they know that it's coming from another place, of course I'm gonna say, yo, look at that. That's where it's coming from, fuck you. I have to say something. But sorry, go ahead.
Right. No, and I'm not. I don't blame you for saying something. I just want you to admit that you know the possibility of her receiving more harassment would come with that. But listen, that's neither here nor there. I'm not, like I said, I'm not coming here to make accusations or anything. So the next thing is, I guess, So I've heard you say she's she does like terroristic things on the internet. Yeah, so that always loses me. What are we talking about?
So aside from weaponizing different mobs to attack different parts of the infrastructure on the internet, I'm pretty sure they're engaged in a lot of like illegitimate activity against KiwiFarms. So DDoSing, trying to penetrate different like servers or whatever the fuck they can gain access to. And then also the posting of the address of where their servers were located in Ukraine, implicitly encouraging people to bomb it, I think rises to the level of like terrorism.
Implicitly telling people to bomb it?
Yeah, somebody give me a link of the pictures for her tweet about the servers in Ukraine, and then I can send you that as well.
I did see that. She said we will be, to paraphrase, we'll be organizing outside the servers building in Ukraine. She gave the address and the phone number. She said to call them and let your voice be heard or whatever. She might have added some "we will not be stopped" or some.
She posted the address and phone number of the place, and she said, "I heard that there are pro-Russian people posting in there." Like, it's like you're literally calling for people to like fucking bomb shit. That would not be seen as any other way in any other context, except for some reason people are willing to give her a pass on it.
She's telling the Ukrainian people to bomb the Russian.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I think that's an easy read of that. If somebody has like a image of hold on, I want to send you an actual image of her statements, just so people can see. Somebody has.
So that's what you're referring to when you say that?
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
And then you say like it's a high probability that she's the one DDoSing.
Absolutely,
KiwiFarms.
Of course, yeah. There's like a huge coordinated effort right now, and then trying to get them delisted from all of their like providers and all of that shit. Yeah.
Okay, and then your other criticism.
Wait, hold on, real quick. I really, really, really want these tweets. I think they're important.
Okay. Yeah. No, I actually do think I remember seeing this, and I remember people commenting that exact thing, and I don't. Like I on one hand I can see like if you bad faith, not bad faith, one interpretation of it one way, and then like you can have another interpretation of it another way. But you did say implicit, so it's like that's up to interpretation, right?
Sure, but keep in mind the different standard of evidence you're using for us, right? Like for me, you're saying by just linking to a thread, I should have some responsibility because I'm possibly maybe getting people harassed But like like the link to me is so tenuous. But like here's
It's not just a thread though. It's not just a thread.
Yeah, but like
it's her
listen,
docs.
look
Like,
at these.
let's
Look at these
be
tweets.
clear
Right?
what's in that thread. It's not you're just linking to
Well,
a
it's
thread.
the thread
I
is like
want to be careful with
1,000 pages long, right? I don't know how hard it is to find.
Yeah, and it's got very, very not compromising, but information that she obviously doesn't want out. Like, her.
Yeah, sure.
high school
Then I mean, like, she
pictures,
shouldn't
her,
be making false
porn stuff,
accusations
and-
about my community regarding it. Like, that's pretty easy. So, like, here's her tweets. If I have any Ukrainian followers, here is the phone number and address for where KiwiFarms is currently hosted. Do your thing. Like, this isn't an active war zone. If I tweeted something like this, I would be insta-banned from every fucking platform. Like, that's like it's you're calling threats. Like,
all right, that's really okay. My bad. I really did misremember that's pretty open.
it's all good.
Right there.
There's
I'll
also
give you
like
that,
stuff like this
No, I'll
too,
give you
where
that.
she's
That's
literally
a shot.
threatening to dox every single poster on KiwiFarms. If you have an active KiwiFarms account, I will not only post your name publicly, but I'll find out your employer and forward them your post history. I have no tolerance for hate, and users of this site should feel more scared to get as bold as they do. This is a hate group. She also posted pictures of Noel's mom. Everyone upset that I posted a photo of Joshua Moon's mother are being performative as hell. As a result of his forum targeting me, my mother has been doxxed, gotten threatening phone calls, letters sent to her house in my dead name, and emails harassing for months. Keep crying. So she's basically okay, like doing anything to anyone.
Is that not true? Right?
Yeah, but like, hold on. So if somebody doxes like my family, can I go dox your family? Is that what we're doing now? Do we even know if Joshua's mom is involved in anything related to KiwiFarms?
No.
Here's other tweets about her mentioning.
Two wrongs make a right. Trust me, I'm not saying two wrongs make a right. But what I'm saying is like, how do you fight back against KiwiFarms? Like,
in my opinion,
you just cower in the corner and cry and like this is her way of fighting back. And like,
that's fine, but now she loses the right to complain about anything. She can't complain about getting doxxed. She can't complain about anybody doing anything to her ever because she's willing to go as hard as she can. This is why we discourage
mom's picture.
What?
Well, yeah, from the.
This is why, yeah, sure. This is why we discourage.
Showed me and then
yeah, this is why we discourage things like political violence. Is because once you start bringing out all the tools, shit gets fucked. And that's what she's been doing with KiwiFarms. That's why everything has escalated so much. Is because she's like constantly poking the bee nest over and over and over again. But the difference is she's savvy and she knows that she'll always have support for it. That's why she was able to steal $100,000 from fans and move to Europe. It's because she knows she's always going to get mainstream support doing this.
What? So you say steal $100,000? What do you like? Cause I really.
When she got
time to keep up with all this shit.
Sure. So the police showed up at her house and arrested her for a night because they had gotten bomb threats, or not bomb threats. They had gotten threats from an email that posed as her. It was a person trying to get her swatted. She lied about the events and misrepresented everything that happened. And then after that happened, she fundraised $100,000 saying that she was going to take a case to court against the London, Ontario Police Department. Originally, she was trying to fundraise $20,000, but as the money kept coming in, she kept raising it to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, and then it's gotten almost $100,000. Once all of that money had been fundraised, she eventually just moved to Europe, and now she lives in like Ireland or some shit, and she's not going to take any case to court or whatever after lying about the original incident.
All right, so two questions. Do we have her fans complaining that she stole their money?
She's literally like Jesus to them. They'll never complain about anything.
And then my second question was, obviously it's probably no, but did you donate?
Did I donate? No, fuck no.
Mm-hmm. Right. Of course. That's why I said it's probably obviously no. Okay. All right. Okay, I got you there. All right. So in your view, that was like not right what she did with the money. You don't agree with it whatsoever. You feel like she misled her fans into sympathetically donating money to her, thinking it's going to one place, and she actually pockets the money. And you said she moved to Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Cool. All right. Was that? I think that was it. Like, so these things, like I said, I have no like position on this one way or the other. This seems like a back and forth thing where both parties, KiwiFarms and Keffals, are wrong. You're kind of in the middle of this shit. Like, obviously you have your history with Keffals, but it's like, you're caught in the middle of this fucking war. And yeah, it's just crazy just to see all the discourse online and back and forth and accusations flung, every which way. I've seen all of them against you, and I've seen you defend them, but I've never seen you like I talk about some of these things on stream. Like I said, if you have, I'm sorry I missed it.
Yeah, you're good.
But yeah, No, that's basically it. Thank you for clearing that up. I have no, nothing else right now, no agenda really. I just wanted to just clear that up, and hopefully that maybe clears it up for some people who weren't following so closely. But yeah, no, cool. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, Steve.
All right. Have fun. Be careful, bud.
All right.